Greetings everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your host, Captain Rye. Today's YouTube video is going to feature a Fletcher replay. But it's not going to feature me. Yes, that's right, this is a subscriber-submitted replay. This is Halcyon1, doing his level best to impress me, or live up to my expectations in the Fletcher. So, it's on the Shards map in the Domination match mode. And the battle's been getting underway a little bit here. I clipped out the first bit because it was all in map mode. I'm not entirely sure what he was doing in that mode, but I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on at his ship level until just recently. His team has managed to capture one of the cap points, while the enemy team has managed to capture the other, and the contention is currently at the B cap point. Now, he has spotted an enemy destroyer up at the B cap point, and he doesn't really want to stick around. That destroyer did pop a smokescreen and is currently still sitting in that smoke. With any luck, he'll hit him with some torpedoes. Because there's nothing better than nailing an enemy destroyer who sits in his smoke. Halcyon secures his first kill with a torpedo strike. And now his team has the destroyer advantage. When the battle started, they didn't have that, as the enemy team had 3 destroyers to their 2. So this is going to prove to be invaluable in any battle, of course, when you can quickly take out the enemy destroyers and grant your destroyers effectively free reign over the battlefield, not having to worry about being spotted by anything except that which has radar and that which has sky cancer. So, with the enemy destroyer out of the way, Halcyon is going to go ahead and sit in the B cap point and secure it for his team. And this is going to put his team in not only an excellent position, because they will have 2 caps to the enemy's 1, but it also means they don't have to worry about having all of the enemy team come up from C to take B, while their team is trying to hold on to A. Instead, they can deal with the enemies that are at A and worry about B later. But no sooner does he manage to capture B than the enemy enters it again. Now, in this particular situation, he kind of blindly fires torpedoes off here, and as you can see, the enemy team is capping a B already, so Halcyon is going to have to stay back down here and maybe try and defend it a bit. I wouldn't have fired blind torpedoes. I would have gone up and looked for whatever exactly it was that was capping the B cap point, and then fire torpedoes so that I could guarantee a kill. But he manages to hit whatever was in there through blind luck, which is absolutely amazing. Wow. That's something you just don't see that often. But there is his second kill, and with torpedoes. Incidentally, it's also all 3 destroyers on the enemy team are now gone, while his team still holds both of their destroyers, and Halcyon hasn't taken any damage at all. So not only do they have the destroyer advantage, but their destroyers have the HP advantage. So he can go ahead and be a little more aggressive now, especially towards the end of the battle, by shooting at things, lighting them on fire, getting up close and personal, because he can take the damage. He's going to go ahead and fire off more torpedoes off into the distance at that enemy ship back there. He did set him on fire, and it looks like that fire is continuing to burn. I'm not entirely sure if that battleship is just AFK or trying to perform the bow-on meta. For the people who think that the NA is only about the bow-on meta, I would say that that's only true if your destroyers aren't doing their job. Because if you have a good destroyer, bow-on meta is never a good thing to try to do, because a competent destroyer will just start spamming torpedoes and high explosive at you until you burn, or worse. It doesn't look like that he managed to hit the Izumo, and that's a little unfortunate. The Izumo did turn, but the torpedoes did force that Izumo to start moving, which is going to put him into a position that's much better for his team to shoot at. He sets him on fire yet again as he continues to open up. And it looks like that Izumo is not going to put out that fire anytime soon, so that fire is going to burn for a little bit. His team has lost 3 ships at this point, but the enemy team is down 4, and of course, the enemy team only has 1 cap. Well, his team has managed to maintain those 2 caps, but the Izumo is now challenging the B cap point, and Halkan has strayed too close with his guns ablazing and is detected because of that detection bloom. The Fletcher is probably one of the best ships in the game for firing and maneuvering. A lot of people like to say that Kharbarovsk is definitely a better ship, but that's not entirely true. The Fletcher is a really good ship. Does manage to secure the kill on the Izumo and gets an arsonist out of it because he's burned him quite a bit. In the process, though, he also laid a smokescreen for his friendly battleship. Guys, if you're playing a destroyer, this is the absolute must. If you see a friendly cruiser or a friendly battleship that's taking a lot of fire or exposed out in the open, trying to back up, back off, or turn around, if you've got the smokescreen and you're not an immediate threat, then you should definitely lay that smokescreen for that battleship and help them out. So looking at the situation, Halkan's team has managed to lose 1 of their destroyers. They've managed to lose more ships, and the enemy team has actually managed to level out the playing field. But there are a number of very low health enemy ships up here, and they're in the process of capturing the A cap point. Halkan's in a position where he can go ahead and ambush them and then recapture. Now, he's not going to go get the defender ribbon in this particular case. There are 3 of them up there, and he does have a friendly ship that is taking shots at them. And if he can wait until that friendly ship drops them even lower health, he can effectively just secure the kill on them. Enemy ship is coming around this corner. Let's see what's going to happen. Is he going to continue to sail in a nice straight line? It looks like he slowed down there, turned a little bit. He's probably kind of wary, wondering what exactly is detecting him. Halkan loses a torpedo or 2 there as they clip the side of the island. It's always something that has to be worried about. Come on, hit that bugger with torpedoes. No, it looks like they all missed as that ship manages to turn just enough and avoid them. That's always the problem with shooting around the side of an island. If you lose a torpedo or 2, that torpedo could have been the one that manages to hit the ship and, of course, cause flooding and fires and sink them. Being the sneaky, cheeky little destroyer that he is, he's going to go ahead and push up around the side of this island here, staying out of line of sight and out of firing range and capturing the A cap point. He is detected, however, briefly there. So that does mean that there's something flying or somebody who had sonar or radar up just for that little bit of a second, or who came around an island. In this kind of situation, if I'm detected, I'm definitely looking everywhere for the possibility. This enemy Scharnhorst has managed to basically pull a 180 in that narrow channel and is pushing up to defend the A cap point that they worked so hard to take out. His friendly ship there is not having a good time, and honestly, I'd be surprised if he survives this engagement with this Scharnhorst. But this Scharnhorst has got 2 major problems. One, he's got a ship behind him, and he's got a destroyer in front of him. Scharnhorst manages to get 1 torpedo away, barely misses him. No, he does in fact hit him. Come on, Wargaming. Hitboxes. That clearly looked like it missed. Unfortunately, Halkan's going to sit here and flood. Oh my god, his repairability has just come up. Come on, man. Hit that repair button. Hit that repair button. Oh, thank god you survived the engagement. I can't tell you the number of times I've seen and personally hit that repair button too soon, been clipped by a torpedo, and then flooded to death where I'm just sitting there going, no. he does manage to take out the Scharnhorst. Very low health, does do it with a torpedo, but that's his 4th kill, and now he's looking for a 5th kill. The enemy team is down to just 3 ships, but his team is down to just 4 ships, and Halcyon himself is very, very low health. So they are going to secure the A cap point, and that's going to give them, once again, 2 caps. His team manages to take out yet another ship, and now they are way up on points. They are contesting the C cap point, which means the enemy team is not going to continue capturing. I do apologize for the minor replay glitch here. That is actually in the replay. I'm not entirely sure what the problem with it is. But I do notice that there have been a few weird glitches in-game that have actually transferred over into the replay. So this could have been one of those major lag moments that the replay is just straight up recorded. But I don't know. Halcyon, tell me, did you have a lag spike right there or something? Or was that just the replay being retarded? So, looking at the situation, there's just 1 enemy ship left. His team has decided to stop capturing C for reasons unknown. However, they're way up on points. Really, all they have to do is not die, and they win. The matchup is, you know, a little over halfway through. So overall, it's been a pretty quick and pretty good game. And there's the enemy ship. It was way off down there, and it kind of looks like he's AFK. So, as Halcyon pushes up here, he's going to try and get into his gun range. Now, I notice, looking at the minimap, that his gun range is not as far as mine. I have a 15.5 kilometer gun range on my Fletcher, and it looks like he's only got a 12. Now, that's not necessarily bad, the Fletcher having a gun range like that. Not always the best, but it can be useful in this kind of situations because you can start getting those shots off really, really early. And if the target is mostly stationary, really easy to hit them. So he's going to go ahead and push up here. Looks like he's pushing to torpedo range. He's going to try and get torpedoes off. Probably a wise choice to make in this situation because, you know, that ship could suddenly decide to come back, and yes, no, it looks like he's definitely AFK. He's completely stationary, and nothing's happening. So Halcyon goes ahead and slows down there for a minute, takes a session, decides he's just going to go ahead and shoot at him anyway. The guy's not shooting back, he's not moving, and he's very low health. By the time his torpedoes get there, the guy's probably going to be dead anyway. He switches over to armor piercing, which is a surprising choice here. I would have actually just tried to continue to burn him down at this kind of range, but does manage to secure the kill and gets himself a Kraken Unleashed to go with his devastating strike and his arsonist. 110,000 damage, almost 111,000 damage, a really reasonable game in the Fletcher. 2 full base captures, base defender ribbons, a good number of fires, and 312,000 credits in a tier 9 matchup. Now, I don't know if you're running a credit flag or a premium account. You're obviously not running the premium camo, which would help you there, but that's perfectly okay. A wonderful credit earned game. And top of the team for XP earned at 2,600 base XP. Next nearest guy on his team, still up there at, you know, close to 2,300 base XP. So his team did a really good job in that round, but the enemy team had 2 AFKs, while his team had 1 AFK. Which I think that's the most AFKs I've ever seen in one matchup. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. If you like that video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, recommend me to your friends and your peers. If you'd like to get some irregular channel news and updates, you can do so by liking and following my Facebook page. If you'd like to help support me and my channel, I'll encourage you to do so by visiting my Patreon, which I really need to update more often. If you'd like to watch me play World of Warships live, among other games as well, you can do so by liking and following my Twitch channel. And if you've got a replay like this one that you'd like to see displayed on my channel with my wonderful voice, you can do so by sending it to my email account. You can find the links for all of those in the video description down below. And as always, I'll see you next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.